and who also told us of your love in the Spirit. For this reason, since the day we heard about you, we have not stopped praying for you and asking God to fill you with the knowledge of His will through all spiritual wisdom and understanding. Colossians 1, verse 8 to 9. Demystifying the Holy Spirit. Let's continue. He says what? And who also told us of your love in the Spirit. Love in the Spirit. If you have been following this series, Romans 5 and verse 5 we said that Romans 5 verse 5, and hope does not disappoint us because God has poured out His love into our hearts by the Holy Spirit whom He has given us. And I told you, one of the things in the world is in deficit, is genuine love, is true love. The love of the modern world today is of convenience or is of self-interest, mostly very self-centered, self-seeking, and all about personal ambitions and endeavors. But this is what I want you to get. If the Spirit of God is in you, the love you function with is ultimately the most authentic and genuine. Through Holy Spirit, true love is experienced, is exercised. That's how you notice. And also to use this example, there are many people who started marriages. They were both not born again. So, and they come along the way, and as they are building their family, they come to a place of understanding the praise of God in their marriage. So they choose to get born again. When you get born again, a born again believer automatically becomes the host of the Holy Spirit. Now the Holy Spirit, when He comes with the fruit of love, or with the gift of love, because love is both fruit and a gift. So now when the Holy Spirit now starts to pour love in your heart, the love kind poured by the Holy Spirit is now the ancient, original, authentic, true, genuine, real love with all 7 dimensions. Now let's come here. Now you receive in the Holy Spirit love equation, you receive love from God, then loving God back, then loving yourself, then loving your neighbor as you love yourself, then loving your enemy. Jesus said, love your enemy. Then loving your nation and your leaders, whether you like it or them, whether you like it or not. And then number 7, the intimate love between now the married people. And this is when now you notice people who married out of convenience or out of material reason, or they married because of pressure or oppression, or they married because of the risks, or because of the community demands, family and all that. You notice now when the Holy Spirit now comes into that love is now counterfeit, is no longer authentic. And that love loses its praise, because now there is now the authentic love, and the counterfeit love finds it so difficult to operate in that atmosphere. And that's why you realize many people married, but eventually one of them becomes a pastor. That marriage eventually crashes. Why? It is now there is a demand of the love through the Holy Spirit. And if one of the partner is not yielding to that kind of love, you notice those two type of love, the authentic and the counterfeit, do not coexist. Number 2, he is saying spiritual what? Spiritual wisdom and spiritual understanding. Note here, there is wisdom and there is understanding, and there is spiritual wisdom and there is spiritual understanding. If you've ever read 1 Corinthians chapter number 2, it says, this is what we speak, not with the words taught by human wisdom, in 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 13, but in words taught by the Spirit, expressing spiritual truth in spiritual words. When the Holy Spirit comes upon you, he comes with spiritual wisdom, not the wisdom of this world, theology, philosophy, psychology, what else? Science, technology, civilization, not that wisdom, but the spiritual wisdom. Spiritual wisdom refers to speaking the mind and the ideas of God, explaining deep secrets and hard nut mysteries of God, explaining the manifold wisdom of God. That's what you hear. You can hear a man of God speaking things, and you can quickly judge him as that gospel is a wrong doctrine, because he is speaking spiritual wisdom. And that's in the same 1 Corinthians 2, down there says, a man without spiritual mindset cannot understand spiritual things, because they are spiritually discerned. So Holy Spirit brings spiritual wisdom. That's why here we mostly speak about spirituality. Number 3 is saying spiritual understanding. There is understanding that has to do with knowledge and skills and expertise, but there is spiritual understanding. That's why you notice the people of Israel in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses told them, until now the Lord has not given you a mind that understands. And one of the major reasons why many believers get cornered by Satan in their application of faith is when they are not applying the true understanding, the true comprehension of the will of God. But when you receive the Holy Spirit, he gives you the spiritual understanding. You are able to capture, like you are able to receive a revelation or a dream or a vision, and you are able to have the correct interpretation as God wanted, with the absolute clarity. Spiritual understanding. Paul is saying, how do you receive the Holy Spirit according to this verse? Paul is saying, we have not stopped praying for you and asking God to fill you with the knowledge of his will. 2 things: prayer of a man of God. Number 2, knowledge of the will of God. When the man of God prays for you, you receive the Holy Spirit. Number 2, when you have the knowledge of the will of God about you, when now you come to know the purpose and the assignment that God has put on you.